Chanel. Did that stretch, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Forward.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on out here. Come get some. Come
on.
And they'll begin by running the option. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Shedding through the defense. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and the Patriots take over. Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
It's a party now. It's a party now. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. All day, dog.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At the 49-yard line.
Set, buddy! Look at set, buddy!
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Army. Check 37. Check 37.
This is Harris. Fighting him off. Runs over him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Check 48's the mic. Check 48.
Newton now to throw. Finding Harris over the middle. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Check.
They'll try to run with Harris. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Undercrunch.
They run with Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Ravens nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity, nothing big happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's third down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, he's the reigning MVP of the league, primarily for his work on the ground, but that arm, something special too.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Jackson hand off to Dobbins on the option. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
We want it. Come to my work. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 13. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 49, check 49.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Ravens are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Mark that is a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. So the shoulder for Cam Newton apparently not really an issue as he reached back and uncorked a big one there. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Get on!
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. His throw incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll move the chains.
First down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson on the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go play action now. Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Here we go.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard. 42-yard line.
They run with Harris. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Set 180. Great.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shift.
20.
They fake the give. Newton. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Sit hot. 180. Sit hot.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discourages.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move
I'm the best in the game. I'm the best.
The way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalton Keene, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9.
Great.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
They'll give to Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
From the gun on third down, Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half. What do you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Pats at the line, ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Check 48.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and the Patriots will get a new set of downs.
And at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
20.
Hey, switch gears.
Throwing is Newton. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st down, Harris fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. A
Cam's going to run on the option.
Go, 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 run, run.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun on third down, Newton. He may try and run for this. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
The 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Patriots have it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there, second and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there.
Look at it.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris. His second touchdown of the night. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that will extend this big lead. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. Under pressure, and they got to him again. John Simon that time coming through to make the play.
Second down.
Shot.
Single receiver.
UAX.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Brings up second
That's
and
it.
8.
Look at it.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Bang, 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 bang.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
7.
Ready. Right to the 3. Gun, gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Ready.
From the 35 on second down, Newton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. That shoves him off at the 20. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Harris. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
3rd down and 13.
48 Mike.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
3-yard loss.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Nick Foles for the Patriots field goal.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He's checking. Crash.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Run.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
He'll get this into the hands of Byrd. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
It's 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And it's taken in at the 9. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
180! Press it!
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4. I see 47.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mike's 40. You hold this. Ready.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.